Opponent preview time, taking a look at the Eagles of Eastern Washington. First round of the FCS playoffs, Cole Jirik, and hey, let's ramp it up, right? This is it. In a year where things have been unique, the bracket stays the same, right? You got to win to keep playing, keep moving on. You play in these games. How's it different than the regular season?
You can't have mistakes in these type of games. There's a lot more pressure on every single snap. You got to be more disciplined as the week goes through. You got to have a great game plan coming in, and you have to execute. You have to execute for 4 quarters, and I don't think we've done that quite this year, and hopefully we can get that rolling here in the playoffs.
All right, when you start with Eastern Washington, you start with their offense. And much like NDSU is physical and they want to run the football, Eastern's identity is up-tempo. Let's throw it around. Let's get speed going. And Eric Barrier is a star, folks. He is the Big Sky Offensive Player of the Year and a finalist for the Walter Payton Award. Starts with him, right? This guy's pretty special.
It starts with him for sure. He's their best player on offense and maybe one of the best players in the country. He's very dynamic. What he can do on the field, he can make a lot out of nothing. You can have him corralled. You can do a lot of different things defensively to confuse him, and he can just make plays. And it's going to come down to the defensive line and the front seven keeping him in the pocket. He's a completely different quarterback when he can extend plays, when he has to be on time, has to be on rhythm. He's not that good. He's not that effective in those situations. So if he can extend plays, run a little bit, it's going to be a long day. If we can contain him a little bit and keep him in the pocket and make him do what he doesn't want to do, it's going to be a good day for NDSU.
Yep. Talolo Limu-Jones leads the FCS in receiving yards per game, right around 120 receiving yards per game. First team All-Big Sky. Freddie Roberson, another talented receiver, and Tamarick Pierce as well, a first team All-Big Sky running back. 4 new offensive linemen. That's a change, maybe something the Bison can take advantage of up front. But freshman quarterback Courtney Eubanks, he's talking about continuing to improve, continuing to learn from mistakes against this Eastern Washington high-flying attack.
Stuff we can clean up, like tackling. We miss fits. We can clean that stuff up. But like as a whole, I think we're a great defense. If we have great communication and everybody's on the same page, I think we can be a great defense.
Interesting, on the other side of the ball, we would anticipate that NDSU would have an advantage here controlling the line of scrimmage and trying to keep Eastern's offense off the field. You know, it's an Eastern Washington defense, Cole, that has athleticism, some really good players. Trey Weed at cornerback is dynamic. Mitchell Johnson, the outside linebacker, very well. But collectively, I think their big question, can they hold up physically against the Rams and against NDSU's rushing attack?
I think that's the question that we always ask when the Missouri Valley plays the Big Sky, in those situations. And then they've held up well in different situations. And I don't think this is their best defense, but like you said, they have some really good athletes out there. They have some playmakers on this defense and guys that can do some things. And if we're not sound up front, if the Rams aren't rolling like they normally are, it can be a long day. If those guys get rolling, get things together, and we'll see what that offensive line looks like on Saturday. But if things are rolling for those guys, it's going to be a good day for this offense.
Yep. Jack Sendelbach, another name that has played in a lot of these games in recent years, a 6th-year middle linebacker. Callan Kreiner as well wears that number 4 legacy jersey that means so much to the Eastern Washington players on the defensive side of the football. Here is Cordell Volson talking about the focus for NDSU and also Cam Miller building on his opportunities.
It's not always about who we play. It's about us. It's about not letting ourselves beat us. And so just having that mindset where we're going to come and we're going to give it our best every single day and be thankful for the opportunity.
Not really having a ton of college reps, getting a lot against the ranked number 1 team in the country really helps me feel confident about what we did on Saturday. We did some really good things. We just had some crucial miscues at costly times. So, but no, I feel ready to go.
Well, turnovers always interesting in these types of games, especially in the playoffs. Eastern Washington, since 2010, they are 50-0 when winning the turnover battle. Ironically enough, the last time they won the turnover battle and lost in a game, it was the last time they were on the road in a postseason game way back in 2009 at Stephen F. Austin. Give me your final thoughts. Give me a key for NDSU to keep this spring season alive here after this weekend.
I think it's the defense forcing a turnover, kind of the same point you were just hitting on. That secondary hasn't forced an interception in a long time. I want to see one of those guys step up. Somebody make a play. If it's Tutsi, if it's Eubanks, if it's any of those guys in the secondary, I just want to see one of them make a play this weekend.
Yep, Jasir got close last week. Let's see if Jasir Cox or one of the guys in the back end can finish and make a big play against the talented receiving core and star quarterback Eric Barrier. With it being the postseason, ESPN ESPN takes over. It's ESPN3 for your television side with this ball game, a 2:30 Central Time kick. Of course, we have you covered on the radio side on the Peterson Farm Seed Bison Radio Network. Big thanks to Culhane. Thanks to Cole Jirik as well. I'm Jeff Culhane. It's been our opponent preview of the Eagles of Eastern Washington.